Hello, this is Opinion Radar. If you've ever found yourself wrestling with tiny wooden parts trying to get clean edges on miniature components, or just wishing you had a steadier hand for fine detail work, then you're going to want to hear about the Dremel 231 Portable Rotary Tool Attachment. It's a compact add-on that transforms your existing Dremel into a surprisingly capable workstation for precision tasks. Priced at just $41, it promises stability, control, and repeatability for crafts that demand more than freehand finesse. Now, I'll admit, my first impression was cautious skepticism. How much could a small plastic base really improve my workflow? But after putting it through several builds, the answer turned out to be a lot. In this review, we'll dive into the real-world performance of the Dremel 231, the strengths, the surprises, and the shortcomings you need to know before buying. If you're into small-scale woodworking like miniatures, dollhouses, or detailed trim work, the Dremel 231 Portable Rotary Tool Attachment is one of those niche tools that quietly earns its spot in your workshop. It essentially turns your Dremel into a compact router table, giving you a stable platform for sanding, shaping, and trimming small wooden pieces with much better control than freehand work. The setup is pretty straightforward. You mount your Dremel into the base, secure it with the included wrench, and you're ready to go. I was honestly surprised at how much more precise my cuts became once I stopped trying to freehand delicate chamfers on tiny wood dowels. For anyone doing model work or fine craft projects, this attachment brings a level of consistency that's hard to achieve otherwise, especially for repetitive tasks like beveling edges or cleaning up small box lids. It's not going to replace your full-size router by any means, but for touch-up jobs or when your big tools feel like overkill, this little rig is a game changer. Now let's talk about where it really shines, practical applications. I've used mine primarily for basswood trim in diorama builds, and it's perfect for that. Whether I'm squaring off a miniature picture frame or putting a subtle edge on a tiny drawer front, the Dremel 231 delivers clean results with minimal fuss. The built-in fence helps keep cuts straight, though I'll admit the notch design can snag thinner pieces of wood. My workaround? I added a thin strip of hardwood to the front of the fence, secured it with screws through the pre-drilled holes, and smoothed it out. That small upgrade made a huge difference in both safety and performance. I also rigged up a simple dust collection by attaching a small PVC pipe to a line with the guard. It's duct tape for now, but it actually works surprisingly well. The key thing to remember is that this is a micro-routing solution. You're not doing deep passes or heavy material removal. But for light precision work, it's absolutely ideal and saves me from dusting off my full Bosch setup for something that takes 5 minutes. That said, it's not all perfect. One of the first things I noticed is that the unit feels a bit flimsy, especially under pressure. The plastic construction gets a little flex, and if your Dremel isn't tightened all the way, you'll feel some wobble during operation that can throw off your cut, and more importantly, it's a safety concern. I learned the hard way after my first run. I hadn't torqued it down fully, and the bit started wandering. Now, I always double-check that the tool is locked in tight and the collet is positioned correctly. It also takes a few minutes to mount and dismount your Dremel, so if you're switching tools frequently, it can get annoying. This is definitely something you want to leave assembled on a dedicated board, clamped to your workbench, and tucked away when done. Having a second Dremel just for this attachment? That's the dream. But if you've only got one, you'll need to plan your workflow carefully. On the flip side, I've got to give credit where it's due. The value here is outstanding. For around $41, you're getting a functional, space-saving routing solution that opens up possibilities for precision you just can't get freehand. I was skeptical at first, wondering if it was just a gimmick, but after using it on multiple projects, I keep finding new ways to incorporate it. Whether it's smoothing the edge of a 3D printed part or doing light engraving on soft plastic, the versatility impresses me. The instructions are clear, And while there's a bit of a learning curve if you're new to routing techniques, it's not overly complicated. Just remember, treat it with respect. This isn't a toy. I always unplug the tool before making adjustments, and I never skip safety glasses. I even made myself a simple push stick from scrap wood to keep my fingers clear during operation. Small habits like that make a big difference. Ultimately, the Dremel 231 is exactly what it claims to be: a compact, affordable solution for small, detailed work. It won't handle heavy duty tasks, and yes, the build quality could be sturdier, but for what it costs and what it delivers, I can't complain. It's become one of those tools I didn't know I needed until I tried it, and now I use it more than I expected. If your projects tend to be on the smaller side, think model building, fine inlays, or craft repairs, this attachment is a smart addition to your toolkit. Just manage your expectations, take the time to set it up properly, and respect its limitations. Do that, and you'll find it's one of the most useful little gadgets you've added to your bench in a while. If you found this review helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the tools that make small projects shine. Don't let tiny jobs turn into big headaches. Let your toolkit work smarter. Stay precise, stay creative, and as always, keep building